Alright, don't panic, Xenophilius. You've done this so many times before, you will be able to have yet another healthy baby to add to the Yukir line, and hopefully they'll be born with Crackerjaw and Mammut Foot, and we've got to get rid of all those swimming tails that your children have been having, but let's go for it! Ooh, another spotty sun! Look at that! Alright, so let's give this little guy a proper name to welcome him into the Yukir tribe, and we're gonna go with Kuno, a name plucked off of our gigantic list of names that you guys have provided. So little Kuno, let's go ahead and give you your name, and welcome back! Welcome back everyone to the Yukir tribe here on the snowy island. And we are doing some pretty good progress finally. Things were looking a little bit hairy there for a while we were beginning to freeze to death left and right, but the Yukirs have started to realize that they can actually get quite a bit of food out of the clams that grow up along the shores, and they are following a balanced bear! What? Oh my gosh, a balanced bear! Oh my goodness, imagine how nice and warm and toasty a balanced bear pelt will be. Oh my gosh, I think that has my hungry females right over here very excited. So sorry, got a little overexcited there. But yes, welcome back everyone to our Yukir tribe. We've got all sorts of little adventures going on. Over here, Elf has been leading our pure-blooded female Yukirs to a new area. They're just feeling a little antsy now that the snow has stopped falling, and they want to settle down somewhere where they can expect to find a new nest, maybe some new things to chew on, and they're always curious about what kind of delicious things could be hiding in the grasses. So we're sending them along there, and I think that curling up with a balanced bear like nest would be really nice. Gathering their pelt, they would immediately see that and think warm versus food, that we do need a lot more food. That's probably going to happen. The balanced bear can only do 2 attack, so I think we'll be able to take him out. He also has 2 defense, so we'd only be able to do like 1 damage, but any of our creatures with armored body would be okay, pretty sure. Let me check. Yep, they would be okay. So not something for Elf to do. He does not have enough defense, and not something for Moon to do. She does not have enough defense, but I think that my armored bodied creatures would be very interested in a balanced bear pelt to curl up with in their nest, so we'll take care of that in a second. Alright, but elsewhere we do have a lot going on. We've actually got a rogue male that we need to clear out of the rocky heights up here. The Yukirs are growing increasingly aggressive towards any rogue males, which is needed since we have worked so hard over so many generations. I don't even know how many generations of Yukirs we have had now to be able to protect and preserve our Yukir genes. So on that note, Crow is not going to put up with— oh my gosh, there's another one! That's so amazing! We have now killed two of the rogue males who dared to challenge our tribe, and I think that our lovely female Masiko here would be very happy to hear that, since she ended up in our tribe, running away, desperately fleeing the attentions of 2, in fact those exact 2, rogue males who chased her away from her family home, living by a comfortable fishful waterfall so long ago. But thankfully she's found a happy new life here. She has her son, Duvai, and Duvai has Corey, and these 2 are actually going to start exploring on their own around the area. I think little Shira would be sad to see them go, but understand that they're young ones and they're spiky bodies, and they're very different from any of the Yukirs that we have. I mean, look at them! They truly are a pair of no-paw little hedgehogs. They're very identical in a lot of ways, but they actually have opposing genes, so we might, if we have enough extra food, we might breed these guys up kind of in the background just to see what kind of creatures they produce. And what may be really fun is to actually start backing up our save files, and then with these really weird random offshoots of the Yukir family, maybe kind of playing them as a little side story now and then, where we can reload the save, and instead of following the Yukirs to the snowy island like we will do with the main playthrough, we could load in our hedgehogs and see what our little hedgehogs could end up doing if we sent them to a new island and maybe gave them some challenges of their own. So that might be something you'll see in our daily niche challenge adventures coming up in the future, because I am trying to really dig my feet in, typhoon or not, colds or not, having to fly back to the United States or not. I am going to do my best to try to get a daily niche niche episode out, and by now you guys may have heard some very special announcements about that daily niche episode idea and what we'll be doing. Alright, so all of that said, now that the rogues are gone, we will definitely have little Masiko go ahead and we'll have, you know what, we're gonna have her child right here next to the waterfall, because I think she'd be very happy to do that. And then I think I saw a bunny. Bunny's way over there, but I know that there were some bunnies nearby. But I think Nota, he's kind of old, so I think he'll just kind of stay in this area and gather up more nuts there. And Steel would be super excited about his very first child. I'm pretty sure Steel has never had a child. So he is going to gather up some nuts and fruits to take over to Masiko. Unfortunately, I don't think she'll live very long, but And then Janu, our odd little boy Janu, who doesn't mind getting covered in leeches, will continue to explore for possible food sources over here along the beaches. So that almost rhymed, actually. Another explorer of the beaches is Luli, and Luli has fallen in love with clamshells. She thinks they are really delicious, and so she is trying to find all of the best spots to do clam fishing before she gets too old, but she is now officially too old, so sorry Luli, she's about to pass away of old age. I think she'd be happy to go on the beaches. The Yukirs don't really bless the nest with the bones of their ancestors anymore. It makes a lot more sense for their kind of like roaming, wandering personalities for them to actually go ahead and kind of pass away in whatever spots they feel are most calling them, most at home, almost like an elephant graveyard kind of thing. All right, even though the elephant graveyard thing is debatable in real life, so I'm referring to the myth of an elephant graveyard where, well, they kind of all are supposed to go into like one spot, like just know the burial spot that they wander away to. But I mean more like the great bison who knows that they're aging, and so they wander into the grasses and curl up alone in a peaceful spot. That's more what we've got going with the Yukirs here. All right, and then what do we have going on up here now? Well, I think we're going to have Crove wiggle his way across the mountaintop because he is going to be very intrigued at working his way back down to some of the females. I think that Tasco would be a little alarmed to have spotted Crove and see that he is on his own, so he will come over and try to keep Crove warm. Very important to do. And Brathix is another really great pure-blooded Yukir who we are going to actually send on a journey across the mountain, and he is going to curl up in a little hot springs. He has doubled up immunity, but he has got precious genes that we don't want to lose. So we're going to send him over towards a hot springs on this side where our pure-blooded Yukirs, other than the fact that we've got like Elfrida and Moon as well, seem to be curling up. Speaking of which, I think Crovy might get over here and just straight up want to start attacking this balance bear for food. Oh my gosh, it would take so much work to eat a balance bear. Are you kidding me? Alright, I think Moon would be a little alarmed about that. She's gonna zip by. She and her brother Elfrida might be a little bit upset about the fact that the others have stopped off to attack a balance bear. That doesn't look safe, and neither of them have the kind of instinctual boldness that most of the Yukirs do, because neither of them happen to have armored body. However, their child very well might. So now that we have found a new nest over here, and it is under a tree no less, and next to this challenging future that the Yukirs will face, sort of like preparing to go and discover more ancestors, it makes sense that Elfrida might try to entice Moon to possibly, fingers and paws crossed, have a healthy baby with him. Because he's really very forward-thinking of a Yukir tribe member. He is very proud to be of Anka's Mamutfut line. He has been trying to be a leader of the Yukirs for quite a while, and it makes sense that he would be thinking beyond this island already, even if they aren't ready to leave. He has that young leader ambition that makes them kind of push everybody a little bit harder and faster than they should go. So hopefully he won't actually kick anybody out and encourage them to go to the next hard island before we're ready, because we definitely aren't ready, but that I could definitely see him kind of having that personality and that spirit. All right, and then over here We've got little Ankiri, and Ankiri, what can you do, my dear? She can actually do some collecting. I don't know if she's going to be much of a breeder, to be honest, so I'm going to send her off to find a nice berry bush or like some nice grass to collect, which might be something that Xenophilius would encourage. And Xenophilius will come over here to gather up grass and nuts and go ahead and get pregnant again. And Tataku will proudly watch over a little Kuno. Very interesting. Lots of spots, and he's got that cracker jaw mutation. Thankfully, he's pretty healthy. I don't know if he's a breeder either, but it is nice that he has nothing to compete for the mega horns that he might be able to have like babies of. All right, but let's go ahead and have Kamis. She's gonna settle right in. Where would she be comfy? You know what? I think that she would want to have a nest over here because she could eat off this berry bush and eat off of the tree, and she might enjoy the view and be close to Luli. Is Luli actually her mom? Is she about to have to watch her mom like die? I think, yep, nope, Kamis is not related to Luli directly like that. So I think she enjoys the view, but Luli, you know what, it's an honor to have an elder pass away on their own terms. So we're gonna leave poor Luli to her demise over there, and then we're gonna settle in. And we're going to see what kind of baby Masiko has. And we're going to really try to encourage Masiko to have a guild child. And to have, so far she's had children with fishing tail. But also to have a child with, ooh, what else would we need? Oh, nimble fingers. Alright, I think nimble fingers is almost more important than gills. But we're going to see if maybe we get lucky with those mutations. So we don't have the other one in the nest, do we? Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, she hasn't made a nest yet. All right, so let's go ahead and see what Masiko's child is going to look like. Ah, we didn't get gills. We got spiky body again. Oh my gosh. But we have fishing tail. So we have ended up with somebody who can crack things open with nimble fingers, who has fishing tail. And Masiko is alive long enough to be able to have another child. So let's send her on up and let's hopefully, come on, there we go. And she is now expecting, and we'll send her into the nest, and she will be able to have one more child. Whoa, Steel, I didn't mean to move you. And let's give her son, Steel's next child, a nice name. So Tween, ooh, that's a good name from our list. I always mention it, but I have that gigantic list of hundreds of names. Please continue leaving names. If we are going to charge through on this very exciting challenge of having a niche a day all the way through the end of the year, which would be definitely something to face on. Hopefully I've made the announcement video about it just now, or not just now, but like by now. But if we're going to take on that challenge, despite the fact I have to fly back to the United States, and despite the fact I put up with typhoons and illness and jet lag is going to hit me like a brick wall, I am so excited to see all of the legacy and all of the stories we're going to develop with so many characters across that time, and the challenges we'll take on, and maybe the side stories will go on with different tribes. But I'm going to need your guys' help with those names. Hundreds and hundreds of names. So never, ever hesitate if you have some name ideas to leave them in our niche videos. We go through every now and then and just go through a ton of videos at once and copy and paste the names into a gigantic list. It's very rewarding and very exciting, and please continue to do your little shout outs if perhaps Little Tween was your idea for a name, because that really thrills me to see when you guys get to have your creature. It's kind of like a fun random thing, like whatever creature is born and we end up using that name for, then you can be like, oh my gosh, this creature, these characteristics, that's the little one I came up with. And I just, I get so excited about that. So I'm getting sidetracked. All right, back on track. Shira is going to help to gather up some of these pieces of food. Note that you do not need to get somebody who's about to die pregnant. Janu is going to continue searching. He really enjoys, come on, Janu. Yes, he got that bunny. That crabbit better not eat that bunny meat. I'm going to be so irate if that is the case. I think Nota, Nota's about to die too. Alright, well at least that'll ease the tribe up. As sad as that sounds, truly, at least that will ease up our tribe a little bit on having the strain for food. And meanwhile, Corey and Duvai over here as hedgehog-bodied creatures, I feel like they just have a complete disconnect from anything about the Yukir tribe at this rate, so they have decided to kind of wander off on their own. Even though they're adolescents, maybe they have a little bit of the Yukir's wandering urge in them. And we'll have to see where they go to and what they get up to. Let's see. And then I guess since I'm trying to have Masiko's last child, we do not want Camise to actually build her nest today, so she can gather up food and kind of feed her pregnant, hungry belly. And then we will have Sasuke. I think he's ready to start moving out. He's got pure-blooded Yukir in him as well and would be a good breeder. And, you know, we've got this balance bear we're trying to take out. So I think he might come join the females to try to eat this balance bear. It would take so long to eat this balance bear. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Alright, well, let's have Brothix wiggle his way over to you. He's kind of making good time. And then Tosco is... he would be a little bit weak. That would be a little bit of a risk to send Tosco down, but these 3 males are coming down across the top of the mountain to participate in a balance bear hunt. And this is the first time I've ever tried to hunt a balance bear. I feel kind of bad because they're so beautiful, aren't they? I really am in love with them. But Yukirs have very big appetites, and it makes sense to me that they might try to take advantage of this balance bear's presence to get its pelt as well as to get the food that it might have. But mostly the females are thinking about the warmth they could have in the nest with that beautiful pelt. Alright, let's see. And then, yeah, Xenophilius, you just need to be patient. She's had a lot of children. Very good life indeed. Let's see. And then we've got little Kuno. Oh, he can leave the nest now. Oh, precious one. We'll let him start wandering around. Totaku, he has like no ability to attack anything, and I do need to have him start mating more. So we'll leave him he'll kind of stay with his son and guard his son for now. And Kira can do collecting. We'll send her up here and let her kind of collect up this grass. That's what she'll sort of focus on. I wonder if she'll end up falling for tween. We'll have to see. I don't really plan on breeding her, so maybe they'll end up having kind of like a childish romance crush across this waterfall creek. We'll have to see how that works out. Oh, we're about to lose a lot to old age. We already just lost Luli, and she was such a big part of the tribe for so long. Alright, so let's settle everybody down. There's a lot to see here. I think that Elfrida would be very proud of this nest and the spot and the dreams of the future that he has found. So he might be able to convince Moon to go ahead and there we go. Moon is now expectant. But I think that she's a little hungry and she's going to come over and eat from that berry bush rather than focus on going over into the nest just yet. And that'll also keep our special mutations in there for Masiko. And let's actually swap out. There we go. The gills and the nimble finger, and maybe I should swap in water body. No, I want to try to keep that armored body going. All right, and Masiko, it is time for your last child, my dear. She has been such a precious addition, unexpected addition to the Yukir tribe. I love that you have random creatures just show up with these random genes. It is one of my favorite things about adding more story into the game. So I'm very sad. Steel is with his mate, and I'm very sad to see her go, but... oh my gosh! No! No. You are not going to have a carnivore just show up out of the blue to eat our brand new baby Rikomi. Oh my gosh. No, that's not happening. That's not happening. Okay, all right. We've got okay, deep breaths. The problem is I can't move a baby. Oh my goodness. This is so stressful. Okay. We have little Rikomi. She is Steel's son. I'm going to name her Opal, actually. I'm going to name her Opal because Steel is kind of a metal and Opal is like a little a gemstone, but I want to name her something super special. She's got really great immunity genes. She may be the beginning of that actual line that we want to start going with on the Yukirs who can go into the water to help them survive on hard islands, and she's about to be eaten by a predator right now as a baby. This is not cool. Not cool at all. Oh my gosh, Steel would totally lose it, I think. Get away! Oh my gosh, why does everyone want this child dead? Go away! Opal, hang in there. We will protect you. I think that we'll end up having these guys come back. Duvai is not going to let his like half-sibling die, and we'll have Corey come over. Oh, victory! We have saved little Opal, and now this bird is just like, hey, that one looks yummy. Go away, bird. Oh my goodness. And then we've got Janu over here with that bunny meat. That Crabbit didn't steal it. Holy moly. All right, that got a little too exciting. The baby! Oh my goodness. Tueen, to your father. No wonder that bird was lurking so closely. Tui, get back to your father. Oh my gosh. I think, would Ankira see this drama going down? Can she do anything about it? Oh, stay there, bird. Oh my gosh. That got a little bit intense really fast. All right, and Kuno. I think I might have Kuno start following his little sister over this direction. And then Tataku, oh my gosh, that was way too much drama for my taste. Oh, all right, Tataku, we want your children to be born with the cracker jaw and the eyes. Cracker jaw is just so important for our Yukirs because it provides them the opportunity to crack open nuts and clams. They don't really carry nimble finger often enough to risk having the cracker jaw disappear, because we need those clams. They have saved our tribe from extinction so many times, so not gonna pass those up. All right, Sasuke is here. He is ready to fight the balance bear. Everybody here needs to start having a lot of babies. We can't defeat this balance bear. That is so annoying. And then Tasco can jump down here. He can't even help. Get out of here, Tasco. What am I thinking? Tasco can't help. He's gonna have to go over to his siblings and just keep an eye on everything. Tasco can't do anything. What was I doing? The reason he can't do anything, guys, is the fact that Tasco does not have armored body. He also only has recessive armored body. So, and he's got the exact same genes as his sister Moon, compared to at least a little bit of difference with Moon and Elf. So I think Elf is going to focus on gathering up these nuts for a little while. And then Moon is going to gather up all of the berries she can, and we'll jump her into the nest now. This balance bear is not going to die, is it? I think that Akia may be realizing that she's got a baby to have. Oh no! Tasco, you've got to go unfreeze some of them. Oh my gosh, we've got some drama going on. I'm about to lose one of my best breeding males. Not cool. Oh, things are heating up over here. Oh my goodness. And meanwhile, I have to have Xenophilius hurry up and have her child. Same with Camise, because they're carrying Tataku's children, and they need to hurry up about it, because if we need to have more children with Tataku, he's got to kind of get on that, like ASAP. But I wonder if he might hear the cry for help. So we're going to send him up here, and he is going to use his Mammut fruit to help the frozen creatures on top of the mountain. Oh my gosh, there's a lot going on. Holy days. All right, I don't think the balance bear hunt is going to go as smoothly as I thought it was going to, because we have like no attack, and it's taking forever to like peck away at this balance bear. So definitely not a good idea to try to rely on a balance bear for food. That's for sure. All right. Oh my goodness. And is the baby okay? And little Opal has survived. Well, guys, that's a lot of excitement. That's a lot of excitement. And next time when we come back, we'll see what babies are going to be born from Tataku's recent mates, Xenophilius and Camise. And then we're also going to see what Moon and Elf's first child is going to be like. And hopefully, by very carefully keeping in the mutation menu only the cracker jaw and the eyes, we won't influence if they can double up on those Mammut fruits, and we won't influence on if they might be able to see those ram horn, those mega horns, and the armored body, and maybe Hammertail. No, that would really take a miracle for Moon to be able to have hammer-tailed children. But at least we might start making some progress on blending together all of our prehistoric genes. So, alright, I need a breather after all of that excitement. And I will see you guys next time when we start looking at what our little experiment with Opal might really do. So I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye!